I want to read you guys this post I saw on Facebook the other day. I'm not going to say her name, obviously, but I think a lot of you can relate and hopefully take something away from this. She said, "Love that whenever I start to feel like I'm getting somewhere in life, boom, a random speeding ticket from 6 years ago gets sent to collections for $1,000. A speeding ticket. Great timing since I'm having to shell out 3 months' rent and moving costs right now. In the words of Belinda, can't I just be rich for 5 minutes?" By the way, if we're just meeting, my name is Mo. I went from living paycheck to paycheck and drowning in debt to managing other people's money as a financial advisor. And I didn't learn any of it in school. I'm just an average Mo who was never good at math. But I left Wall Street to share what I've learned and help the people that need it the most. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial, tax, or legal professional. Nothing in this video is advice. Always consult with a qualified licensed expert before making any financial decisions. So I think a lot of people can relate to her posts, We think we're doing okay financially. We have a few bucks left over after paying our bills and feel like we're making progress, but the truth is we're not. It's only sustainable until something cracks. We think because we can handle something when it pops up, we'll be all right, but you know the saying, when it rains, it pours. So when your car breaks down in the middle of a big move, everything unravels. That's not building, that's just delaying the inevitable. And I'm not judging, I've been there, where being comfortable just meant that nothing unexpected happened this week. And that's not freedom. See, people chase higher income because they think more money means more freedom. But what they're really chasing is permission to spend. We finally get a raise or a better job and we immediately think, I deserve to treat myself. You get a better car, nicer clothes, book the vacations, and even just those small impulsive buys, But that's a cup you can never fill because until you fix the leaks, you're just pouring water into a cracked glass. You might feel good and think you're making progress until life smacks you back to reality. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. There's steps to this. You can't just jump to step 7 and start investing if you're stuck in step 6 trying to build a savings. And you can't build a savings until you're out of step 4 and debt free. Even if you are in step 7 and starting to invest, that money isn't yours yet. It still has a job. It'll put your daughter through college, pay her for her wedding, and the costs of taking care of you in old age. That's the one thing no one talks about. Who's going to take care of you when you can't take care of yourself? You're not just investing for retirement, but also long-term care, final expenses, and inheritances. What happens to your family if you're not here tomorrow? When you're gone, do you want the people you care about to inherit a clean plan or a mess they'll have to sort through while grieving? Because when that time comes, money should be the last thing on their mind. And I know people say you can't take it with you when you're gone, but you know what really hurts? Leaving nothing behind. Or even worse, leaving behind a financial burden. And you think you're too young to plan for that? Ask the people who have had to sell everything just to bury a parent. Or the families who fought over hospital bills or lost a house because nobody knew who it belonged to. See, wealth isn't just about having money, it's knowing what the money's supposed to do. And most people don't acknowledge any of this until life forces them to. You get the call, your dad just had a stroke, or the first bill for your kid's tuition. And suddenly you realize you built a lifestyle based on hope, not reality. But it doesn't have to be that way, and that's why these steps matter. That's why the order matters. You can't skip to a step or try and do them all at once. So if this resonated with you in any way, let me know in a comment. And if you're tired of chasing more income just to feel the same stress, click the link in the description because it's time to start building margin, not just money. As always, you can't seek answers to questions you've never conceived. So subscribe, come on along the journey, and we'll see you there.